All right, let's get started. Hey, everybody, let's um, get started on this one. I do want to mention that I have a brand new setup over here. I'm hoping that this works a little bit better. Um, and then also, if you notice, I got this big old thing here. It's actually, I just bought it, but it's mixed media paper. So you can use it for really any kind of media. It shows you right there all the mediums that you can use. So I do recommend to get something like this. But I hope that y'all could see this painting from there. I could try to close it up even more, but it's this little guy right here. Oh, there you go. So if you see, we got our little frog right there. So with that being said, we have our brushes. We got our big brush, our medium brush, and our liner brushes here. As far as paint, the only paint that I'm not using is red today. So we have our white, black, blue, and yellow. Yeah, thanks for being here, Sniper. Appreciate it. So let's get started. This one is pretty simple, but pretty fun. We're going to go ahead and start with our big brush. And I'm going to take a small dab of black and white. Again, we want to start with our lightest color and move into our darkest color here. So I'm going to make a very light gray. So again, it's just a dab of black and some white. My paper here is bigger than my actual canvas, so I am going to be using a good amount of this. Now, I do recommend when it comes down to blending your colors, the way we have our gradients, is to have a spray bottle with you, spray bottle with water. It actually tends to work a lot when it comes down to blending. So I'm going to start from the top. Going to work my way across. And actually, I'm not really liking how the paper is it's kind of rubbing off. So I'm actually going to use a little bit of water to see if maybe that helps. Or maybe I just got a heavy hand. I'm not really used to using paper as a medium. I tend to do all my work on a hard surface like a canvas. So what we want to do though is once we establish our light color, we want to go in with a darker color. And I'm not sure if this is going to work out, to be honest. This is giving me a little bit of trouble here. But what I'm doing now is I'm taking some white on that same dirty brush and I'm going in between those two colors to blend it out. And I'll be doing that all throughout the bottom until I get to the bottom. And it'll have some sort of gradient effect. I might need to get some more white over here in a second. Again, what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna spray this very lightly. To be able to do a gradient. Oh, hey, Bud. Yeah, this is acrylic. Thanks for being here. I was explaining in the beginning that I'm actually using mixed media paper. Hey, what's up, Ben Talk? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, I tried to do a nice little setup here. This is actually my living room, and if I bring the camera down a little bit, y'all be able to see the paintings that I have for right now. Hold up. There we go. All right, so we're gonna let this dry a little bit before we go in with our black. So I'm still gonna be using the same big brush. I'm just cleaning it off. What we're gonna use the black for is I'll bring this painting up again because it is kind of far and it is pretty small. So here, let me show you guys. So I have, oh, hold up. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. So the light is kind of hitting it at a weird angle. But if you see our little frog right there, little cutie patootie, you can obviously make it as big as you want it, which actually was my plan over here. So that way I could show y'all, how to get that done. But the black that we're going to do right now is actually this that you see in the background right here, as well as over here. So we're just going to let this dry for a little bit, and then we'll go from there. I hope everybody's having a great day. And yeah, I'll show you guys how to do the ripples. It is pretty cool. And it's very simple too, you know. Nice thing about all these paintings is that they're pretty simple. You just got break down in little shapes and little steps, and then you're all set. So it looks pretty dry to me now, but I could be wrong. Alrighty. So let's go in with our black. We have our big brush. Now you can go ahead and fill up your brush as much as you want, but I'm going to be very careful with this paper because as far as the blending went, it already kind of, I think it's because it's wet. It already made it go a little crazy. Nice. I already got paint all over those pages. That's beautiful. That's how I always get it done. All right. So with the black, what I'm gonna do is I don't want to do a straight line or anything like that. What I want to do is I want to let my brush kind of take control. So I'm gonna push down, and I'm gonna try to get some like edges like this. Oh, hold up. I'm gonna try to get like edges where it shows a little bit of just different. What this is essentially is shadows of a tree, right? So these are the leaves and whatnot. So that's what we want to get. We want to get like shapes of leaves. So all I'm doing is I'm pressing down on my paper here, or you could do it on your canvas, whichever one. But I'm just pressing it down to get all those different shapes. You don't have to cover everything. If you notice, we got some spots right here that are not covered. So I just want to get a basic shape of a reflection of our tree here, of our leaves. I don't want it to be extremely light. I do want to have that contrast. So again, you could definitely cover some areas, but you don't necessarily have to cover everything. For example, I'm going to leave some gaps here and there. And then you're going to do the same thing on the other side. I did stop about maybe 3/4, maybe, yeah, about 3/4 of the way. And I'll keep going just a little bit longer down here on this side. So same thing, just going to push down. The brush strokes actually match the music. That's funny. All right. I feel like I'm stabbing somebody. All right. And you get if you just let your brush do its thing. I'm going to clean off my brush a little bit. And I'm definitely going to let this dry before we move on. Taking off the tape on this is going to be fun. So before it dries completely, I do want to go back in with that dark gray that we made and just add some spots to these areas. You don't want to add a lot and cover the black entirely. I just want to add some. just to add a little bit more dimension to this. I don't think you're able to see it from there right now, so I'll bring it up. Oh, there you go. There you go. So you can see some of those gray areas, but nothing too crazy. You don't want to cover the black. So I just used the leftover that I had here of that dark gray that we made. Little water break. Okay. So when it comes down to the ripples, here actually, let me bring a piece of paper here. Okay. Oh, there we go. So when it comes down to the ripples, all we're doing is we're doing this basic shape here. Oh, can y'all see that? Oh, dang it. Hold up. Alrighty. So again, when it comes down to the, here we go, to the ripples, what we're gonna do is semicircle each other. And you don't want to do it just like all like the same side like this. You don't want to do it like that. You want to add some dimension, so maybe some like this. So you don't want to do this. You don't want to do that. You want to add some here, some there. Oops. Maybe a shorter one. And then as far as the lily pads, very basic shape. We're doing basically a circle. And then towards the end of the circle, we're going to just push it out a little bit, make a little lip, and then do the same thing on the other side. Obviously a little bit more. There you go. So that's going to be the lily pad, and that's going to be in all different directions. So we'll go ahead and just do, but like a Pac-Man. And we'll do that as many as you want. You could do it on top of each other too. So it doesn't necessarily have to be, all separate. You could definitely do smaller ones. Maybe this one's going over it, that kind of stuff. So just like I have here on the painting, I have some going over. There we go. I can never make these straight when I'm holding them. Okay. This should be kind of dry. Let me see real quick. Still got some spots that are not dry. So while we wait on that, let's make our color green. So again, we have blue and we have yellow. to make this dark green, all we want to do is just make or mix more blue than we want yellow. And then for the lighter green, same thing. We just want to mix more yellow than we want blue. So I'll go ahead and start doing that while this is drying. I do like to start off by doing the lightest color first, and then going in with my darker color. But actually, it makes it easier to go in with your darker color first, and then your light color. At that point, you could just add more yellow to it. It'll get darker, or I mean lighter. So yeah, don't listen to me. Start with your dark color first and then move on to your lighter colors, so that way you're not mixing a lot of paint. You can actually reuse the same paint. So this is my dark green right here. All right, and now we have our green. So before we work on our lily pads, we are gonna add those ripples. So I'm gonna take my liner brush. And if it is a small painting, like the one I have over here, this is an 8x8. It's very tiny. So you might want to use a brush that's this big, you know, so that way you can go into those details as far as those lines, those ripples. But because I am using a bigger sheet of paper here, I am going to be using a liner brush like this. Just holds on to more paint. Now I'm going to mix a dark gray again. Not so dark where you can't see it on top of the black here, but not so light either. Because you definitely want it to pop out on the lighter area. And I do want my paint to run smoothly, so I am mixing just a tad bit of water. So the consistency is a little bit watery, not completely watery, but if it gets too watery, then you want to go ahead and obviously add a little bit more paint. So I'll show you guys. This is the dark gray that I'm doing. Oh, hey, what's up, Big Boss? How you doing? Thanks. I like to listen to this music when I'm painting. Hey, what's up, Emmett? Alrighty, so again, when it comes down to the ripples, I just went over that you don't want to do this where you're doing the same pattern all throughout. You want to mix those patterns. So these are just two examples. These are the lily pads, but these are just two examples of the ripples. So again, the dark gray that I have right here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by doing those shapes all throughout, as many ripples as I want on this painting. Now, don't be afraid to start off at the edge and then move your way into that dark color, that black we have. You can go over that color. That's fine. I'll show you guys how to get that contrast in just a bit. But again, get your shapes in there. Make them as big as you want. The ripples, I mean. Not the lines. You definitely want fine lines. So I'm just going to go in and do a couple of these. Do them all across both sides. And you can even have some ripples go over each other. So I'll show you guys that in just a bit as well. Actually, let's do it right now. Can y'all see that from here? Or should I close it up a little bit more? Hey, what's up, Kat? Thanks for stopping by. Get your rest. Can y'all see that from here? Just give me a thumbs up or a yes or something. If y'all can see the ripples over here. If not, I'll close it up a little bit more. I'm so sorry, y'all. So I hope y'all could see that. There's one right here, and I did another one right underneath it. So the way I did is just doing those half circles around that. And you could do that as many times as you like to add more, I don't know, just more stuff to your painting. You can even have some of them come closer out here. You don't have to keep this all empty. You could definitely add some right here. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, you guys. I do appreciate y'all coming in. If you like it, hit that like button, whatever. If you don't, that's cool too. So again, I don't know if y'all could see that. Now it looks like I've been doing them kind of the same size, so I'm actually focused on doing just a couple of small ones in between, just so they don't all look the same size. Maybe I'll do a small one right here. Maybe another small one down here. Maybe one's out here in the open. I hope y'all could see that. one day I'm gonna figure it out. What I really want to do is I want to get one of those standing easels. So just makes it actually easier for me to paint. Right now I'm actually sitting down on the floor. But those standing easels are really good for your back as well. My back has definitely suffered from long nights. That sounded bad. long nights painting. That's what I meant. Don't clip it. Don't clip it. But having this gray color is actually gonna be a really nice contrast when we start adding our highlight color for these ripples. Oh, nice, Bentalk. I do not know how to play any instruments. My brother plays the bass. He was at a quartet for a little bit when he was doing that. Kind of wish I knew how to play something. And again, you don't have to be scared of not adding any up here or in the middle. You can add as many as you want. It'll give the painting something more to look at. Exactly. Exactly, Emmett. That's what we're trying to do right here. Basically, it's raining. Looks like a little gloomy day with the gray in the back. We got our little Prince Charming in the bottom down there. And then once you're done with that, which I almost am, we're going to clean our brush and then we're going to go in with white. Actually, sorry, not just white, but we're going to take that white and we're going to mix it with the paint that we already have as far as that dark gray. Maybe just a couple more down here. Yeah, soup is dripping from the sky. It's exactly what's happening here. Alrighty. So once you're happy with the amount of ripples that you have on there, you can go ahead and you don't have to clean your brush. I don't know why I just did. I think it's because I was gonna put it down to show you guys. Alrighty. So once you're happy with the amount of ripples that you've added on there, then we can go ahead and mix more white with the dark gray that we just made. And I don't want a light gray like we just did at the top. I want something right in between. So not too dark, not too light. So something like this. You can see the dark gray on the outside. Oop, I don't want my paint to spill. Alrighty. So now what we're gonna do is all the ripples that you see on top of the black there, you're gonna go over those, but with this color now. So, oh hey, Pasty Spartan, how's it going? No, I'm not Bob Ross, but we are doing a little painting here. Alrighty. So, thanks, Fintalk. So again, what we're gonna do is we're gonna take that light color and all the ripples that I have that are on the top of on top of the gray, or I mean the black, I'm gonna go over those with that light gray. Just the areas that are going on top of it. So I'll be doing that from here because it's hard to hold over there. And actually, I might want it a little bit lighter. Just a tad bit lighter. Oh, I'm not painting a starry night sky, but I did do that painting already. So if you want to check it out, it's definitely on my page. We did a Nightmare Before Christmas version of the Starry Night. So again, I'm only doing it on the areas that are on top of the black. So even if a line goes over the black and the light color back here, just do it on top of the black. It'll give it a really cool contrast. So again, if you did ripples on top of the black, go ahead and do those in that lighter color. It's okay if you don't cover the light or the dark gray completely, because it'll give it just more oomph. Like you can even already see that right there, how it kind of just pops out at you. Yeah, thank you, Bentok. Yeah, we want some more something more to look at when it comes down to simple paintings. It's simple but very pleasing to the eye. So just to show you guys, oh, there we go. Wait, can y'all see it? There we go. So like, for example, like these little areas, even though some of them are going over this lighter color, I'm just using that light color on top of what's on the black. Okay, so same thing on the other side. And I do work my way from top to bottom so that way my hand doesn't smudge anything as I'm going up or whatnot. So again, if you feel like your paint isn't moving smoothly, just add a little bit of water to it, and that consistency is going to change to a smoother consistency, and you'll be able to move your brush a lot smoother. Lord. That was a close one. I tend to get shaky when it comes down to little details like this because I know I can I don't want to say screw it up, but I know I will make it harder for myself to fix it. Yeah, I mean, if you want to do a frog that's facing front, the front instead of the back towards us, you could definitely do that. Frog faces are cute. Actually, I really like frogs, so they're always fun to draw. But I hope y'all see what I mean when it comes down to this contrast going on here. Hey, what's up, Ricky? Thanks for being here. Yeah, I do plan on doing a fish painting soon. I actually want to do a koi fish painting. So if you guys like koi fishes, stick around for that at some point. I might do it this week, but I actually am working on another one for this week. Um, should I tell y'all or should I leave it a secret? Because we also have that ocean one as well for this week. I am trying to be more consistent as far as doing more than. Well, I think I've been pretty good as far as doing more than one live stream a week, but I do want to get a schedule down. So, like, oh yeah, we know that Bree's painting this day. I'd like to get that down, but still working on that. So I do appreciate you guys just even being here. My soup to myself. I get it. You know what? I was actually thinking of making some chicken gnocchi today, and I might just do it. No, I don't paint French girls. Too hairy for me personally. No, but I basically got away from doing degenerate paintings because I definitely did degenerate paintings before. Not too good. They were cool. Like they came out cool, but the subject matter I don't care for. Paint Ricky next. Oh, that's funny. Ricky is the Prince Charming over here. I like it. Maybe we could do that. All right, so this should be dry. Maybe this area is not dry, but this definitely should be dry up here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna work my way down with the green color that I just made for my lily pad. So again, I made a dark green with just a little bit of blue and some yellow. I am going to take my medium brush for this one because my canvas or my piece of paper here is a lot bigger than the canvas that I have it on, or the example, I'm sorry, that I have. So I am taking my medium brush. All right, fine, just a frog then, Ricky. But I'm taking my medium brush and the same shape that I showed you guys over here. This it looks like the Millennium Falcon for some reason, but it's just the half circle. It's like Pac-Man, right? But Pac-Man, his lips just come out a little bit more. Now you can just do a regular Pac-Man and be done with it. And again, you can go ahead and overlap these as well. So I'm gonna do just a couple lily pads, and actually I might have to do this color a little bit lighter because it's not showing up too much. Here, give me a second. I'm gonna get a different brush here. All right, so if your big brush, or I'm sorry, your medium brush is too big, you can always get something like this where they're not small, but they're not big either. So this is a round brush right here, just like this guy right here, just a little bit smaller. Oops, just a little bit smaller. So yeah, I am going to make this green a little bit lighter so that way we could see it. Because I think it's a little too dark right now. All right, let's try this. Okay. And that might still be a tad bit too dark. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. We're problem solvers here, you know? I'm gonna add the tiniest bit of white. So I believe the reason why it looks like this, especially like how translucent it is because of our yellow. So if I add the tiniest bit of white, it's going to make it a little bit more opaque for us. So that way it goes over that dark color. All right. Third time's a charm. Okay, that's actually not bad. So yeah, I think I'll just go in with my smaller brush. Just makes it a little bit easier on me. But if you're confident enough to go in with a big brush and do those shapes, by all means. So you don't want to go over your ripples entirely. You can though, like I just did over for the first one. I hope y'all could see that. Oh yeah, we got our frog down. Don't worry about it. I'm probably gonna make it a little bit bigger on this page too, so y'all could actually see it. And I'm just going over these to make it a little bit darker or more. I just want more layers on it, really. Alrighty. So you don't want to do all of your lily pads with this color. You want to just go in with a couple of lily pads with this color, because then we want to go in with our lighter color and make some more lily pads with that to cover the areas that we want. Le frog, yes. Hey, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Moldy. I appreciate that. Yeah, sorry if my quality isn't the best, to be honest. I am just streaming through a laptop right now. I think once I get my setup truly done. Oh, it's just a choice. I gotcha. Well, once I have my setup truly done, I think it's gonna be better because I do have wall lights that hang off, the wall to they're studio lights. I don't know how else to call them. Oh, don't go into it too deep, Bintalk. It's really not that deep. When it came down to my art, like my personal art, um, I definitely would get those questions. What does it mean? What does this mean? Why did you add this? I don't know, because I wanted to. I don't know what to tell you. It's really not that deep. But I know art is subjective, so whatever. So again, the ones that look a little bit on the darker side, I am just going over to make them just a tad bit more lighter. Hold up. Yeah, that sounds like a science question to me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just too retarded to understand. Hey, smoking spaceman. Thanks for joining us. You know what? I'm gonna do a big old fat lily pad right here. I just want to use the paint that's already on this brush. No, I get what you're saying, Bentok. I do get what you're saying. I think for me personally, I don't really like to do a lot of expressive art. Like my personal art, I don't really care for expressionism, or what's that word? Abstract stuff. I really mainly do a lot of portraits for my personal art. Do a lot of portraits. I used to do a lot of that kind of stuff. But what I'm more interested now is faces. Faces are really interesting. Oh, that was weird. Just cut off. Frog realism. Yeah, like I don't know if y'all remember Ren and Stimpy, but one of my favorite things about art was being able to make really cartoony stuff, but also super realistic. Um, Especially like those close-ups of Ren and Stimpy. You'll see like all the details, the eye bags, that kind of stuff. I really, really like that kind of art. Oh, you see, I'm so bad when it comes down to going over things I've already painted. No, yeah, the Ren and Stimpy close-ups were my favorite, and then I know SpongeBob did a couple of those too. Like when he had that burger that smelled really bad. I believe that one was a close-up of his mouth or something. I don't really remember now. All right, so once we have all the lily pads that we want as far as this dark color, then now we can go into with our light color. But actually, let's do this. Let's reserve some of that green, that dark green. And you know what? Might as well just do it right now since I got the green on my brush. I'll take a little bit of white to mix it with that dark green. And again, it's just going to make a more opaque. It's definitely going to make it lighter, but it's more opaque as well. It's not as translucent. And I am going to put a little bit of water on this one. to change the consistency of the paint. So again, it's a lot smoother when I'm adding it to either the canvas, paper, whatever. Alrighty, so just to show you guys, I'm about to fall. This is our dark green. This is the green I just made with the white. Hey, what's up, Russ? Thanks for stopping by. Great job on your debate yesterday. I caught a little bit of it, but to be fair, I was actually really not feeling good at all yesterday, so I kind of I was zoning out a little bit. But from the little bit I heard, you did a great job. All right, so what I'm doing now is I'm taking that light green that we made, not light green, I'm sorry, that green right there, the lighter one, and I am going over the edges of my lily pads that I just made. I kind of messed up over here when it came down to adding it to all of the sides. So in order to make it just a tad bit more realistic, what you want to do is you want to add it to just one edge. So if the light's coming in from the middle over here, I want to add it to just anything that's towards the middle. I don't really want to add it towards the edges over here where the dark color is. And you can change your brush to a liner brush as well. As far as the lily pad, like the little veins and stuff, you could do either, 2 veins that pop out or pop out from one line, I mean. You could do that. You could do it as detailed as you want to do it. But truthfully, all you have to do, excuse me, line in the middle, and then just add a little bit of curve to it. Sorry, I got a brush in my mouth. But add a little curve to it. And boom, there you go. What's making the ripple rain? Sorry, I just missed your question, Smoking Spaceman. So what we did is we did this shape right here. And then all the areas that were on top of the black, we went over with a very light gray. So we started off with a darker gray to make the shape. And then on top of the areas that are black, we went in with a very light gray, just the black areas. So you'll see on here, these don't have that. So again, you don't have to add a lot of, what do you even call this? The veins of the plant. I have no idea. Yeah, you're right, Emmett. It does bend. But if you were to add it to like, what is it called? If you were to add it to a frame, it wouldn't be too bad. Truthfully, I'm only doing this because I don't want to run out of canvases for the examples. I'd rather keep my examples because again, I take a longer time with these right here than I do with the ones I teach. I take a longer time so that way they look pretty and whatnot. So I want to keep those on canvases so that way if people are interested in purchasing them, they get an actual canvas and they don't get a paper. But the paper, I think, just economically, it'll be a lot better for me. Because I have been doing my examples on both on canvases, and truthfully, I'm kind of running out of them. So I don't want to keep doing that. And then eventually I'll have a full notebook full of this stuff. So that'd be cool too. Just be able to flip over it, check out all the different paintings. My wall is eventually going to get full too, so I'm also thinking about that. Got to make some wall space here. Le canvas, yeah. Yeah, I meant by a painting. Oh man, that would be a good idea, Smoking Spaceman. I should paint you know what I should do? I should make a sandwich, have it as the example, and then we do the painting. That actually would be fun. Uh, that's a great idea. Dang, I can't believe I didn't think of that. It's a fabulous idea. Or do a cross section of the burrito. Oh, that's phenomenal. Thank you so much. I'm definitely going to consider that. What kind of sandwich should we do? Should we do a BLT? A BMT? Um, oh man, this is gonna make me hungry. I don't know if y'all into Reuben sandwiches, but those are really good too. Oh, Monte Cristo, Monte Cristo, one of those. Alrighty. Ow. Sorry, my leg fell asleep. Yeah, the Monte Cristo is a really good sandwich. All right, so can y'all see that though? I feel like it's hard for y'all to see that detail right there. But the color that we're about to mix is not going to be hard for y'all to see, so let's do that. So the dark green, I did reserve some of it again to make our lighter color. So all I'm going to do now is add a bunch of yellow to make it as light as I can. I don't want to add white to this yet. I just want to add yellow to make it lighter. If you feel like it's light, add more yellow because it's not light enough. We want almost like a neon-ish color. So again, add more yellow to your green. Shoot, I might just use this one right here, just the yellow right here, and just add my green from there. Let's do that. Not exactly neon, but you guys get my drift, right? You're picking up what I'm putting down? You're smoking what I'm rolling? There we go. Hey, what's up, LD? I can let's see. Yeah, bright green. There you go. Man, I'm terrible. I want to say lime green, but yeah, Prince Charming. That's what we're doing today. Oh, I love this song. All right, so this is my light green that I just made. So I am going to clean off some of it that I used to mix. But I don't like to waste paint, so I like to put it on my finger and then grab paint for my finger as I go. All right, so now with this one, again, the nice thing is that you could do some on top of each other. So let's say, for example, right here, I want to do one that's coming out from right here. So I'm going to go over this one right here. I might have to do a couple of layers of this one just because it is very translucent. So I'll go in, I'll make my shapes, and then I'll layer the color on top after. Let's say one is right underneath this one right here. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I did not water this paint down at all. I want it to be thick. What do I have to draw? Pucker up, LT. I gotcha. You don't have to do a frog. You could do anything else. Um, let's see. Just trying to map out where I want my lily pads. Like I was saying, you don't have to do it exactly how it looks over there. You could definitely have your own version. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to do a couple layers on this. No, I was thinking of doing a bigger frog so that way y'all could see it. So actually, how about that? Why don't I work on that one over here. It'll be a really big lily pad. Okay, this is going to be a problem later. So, this is what I recommend for your painting at home. Do your lily pads for this light green, do your lily pads in white first, and then go over with your color. So that way you don't have to do multiple layers of it. If you go over with the white first, it's going to make that area like a brand new piece of paper or a piece of canvas. Let it dry, obviously. And then from there, then you can go ahead and layer your color on top of it. And you won't be able to see what's underneath it, like how you could see it. Well, actually, maybe you can't see it right now because it's too shiny. But you get what I'm saying? I hope you do. Yeah, y'all derailers, y'all are masters at that. Let me add one right here. And I might just add a couple more, just trying to figure out where I want it. And again, being that my color is really translucent, I'm going to go over just a couple more times. So again, if you don't want to do that, please start with the white first, let it dry, and then move on to your light color, your light green color. You know what? You are right about that, Smoking Spaceman. You definitely are right about that. Okay, maybe I'll just go over some of them. How about that? Like I'll just go over a certain area of the lily pad. And you know what? This might even add a good shadow to the lily pad as well. So I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. No, no, it doesn't matter, Bintuck. I actually don't mind it at all. You guys keep me entertained when it comes down to these things right here. I mean, I'm already having fun. Why not have some more fun? And then once you're happy with your lily pads, again, you could go over with, or I mean, mix your paint with white to make it more opaque. And then do the same thing that we did with the dark ones and add that detail. No, I agree with you, Smoking Spaceman. Yeah, exactly. I do like the big version a lot more. I mean, it is just a smaller canvas, so you can only do so much with a small canvas, but I do like how you're able to see this a lot more on the paper. Okay, cool. So again, I'm going to go ahead and take some of that light green, mix it with some white, and maybe just a little bit more yellow. And do the same thing that I did as far as the detail. So you know what? I'll take a liner brush and do that. Oh, there it is. That would be fun, Ricky. You should do that. And yeah, you should post it on Chris's Discord. Or you can even post it on the channel that Emmett has for painting on Abe's Discord. If you're on Abe's Discord, Ricky. I'm sure I mentioned it before, but Ricky is a pretty good artist. He's done several artworks for another channel. Stop lying, Ricky. Yes, you are. Yes, I'm calling you a liar. All right, so once we're done with that, we are going to let this dry. So that way, when we start working on our frog, um, it'll be a nice dry area. Okay, so while we do that, let's show you guys the shape of the frog. So, for the frog, it's basically the same shape that we did for the cat, but just a little bit different. So I'm going to start with that oval shape, that tombstone looking shape there. As far as the head, again, you could do a circle first, and it's going to go in the oval. Make it a little darker so y'all could see. It's going to go in the oval, but at the top here, I'm going to go ahead and do 2 more circles. You could do 2 circles, actually. There you go. 2 circles. And then I'm going to connect both of them and do that shape. I am going to push this out a little bit more to give it more of a frog face looking shape. And then for the legs, I don't want to do circles. I want to do more like ovals off to the side. And they're coming in. So they come in. And then for the little tail thing, you can make it a little bit more of a triangle. Exactly. Well, I try to break it down into shapes so that way it's a lot easier to understand. And usually it goes for any type of drawing, like if you wanted to draw a hand or a face or anything, you're always going to break it down into shapes. I mean, you think about it, a face, right? Starts with a circle. Then maybe you have the side right here of the profile. Then you go ahead and start with another shape down here. That's the chin. Then maybe it's like a side profile. So you got your, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. It's all just a bunch of circles on circles and shapes on shapes. So that's the shape that we're going for, right? I know Ricky understands this right here. So so we'll go from there. Oh, perfect. You understand too? That's great. All right. So we're going to do that. Now, I do want to make my frog a lot darker than my lily pad right here. I understand nothing. All right, fine. Whatever. And I am going to do this with my liner brush so that way I can control my shapes a lot better. So again, I'm going to make a dark green. Should have kept some of it, but it's fine. Sorry, y'all, I'm just mixing a good amount of green so that way I don't run out. just taking some of the blue and some of the green already mixed. And making it darker. So if I haven't thanked y'all already, I do appreciate y'all being here. Oh my lord, we're at 136. All right, let's hurry up. So we got our tombstone shape. Hey Abe, thanks for being here. I appreciate that. We got our circle that comes in at the top. Yeah, I hope you're doing better now that well, I hope that the storm and everything is over. I hope all that's you're back to normal over there. I'm doing my circles up here. And then I'm going to connect them and fill all that in. But before I do that, I also want to do my ovals here for my frog legs. And again, it's going to come in and it's going to connect. And then we have our little tail area down here as well. And we're going to fill all this in with this color. That's awesome, Abe. Yeah, we definitely missed you. So we hope everything is good. And we hope to see you soon. Yeah, frog legs are delicious. I used to go to this one Chinese buffet place with my mom. Well, really, my mom and my stepfather and the family and everything. And oh man, they had some fried frog legs. Delicious. But this one isn't going to be food. This one's going to be a cute little frog on a lily pad. All right, so while that dries, I'm going to go ahead and take some of that green that we just made. Going to mix more blue with it to make more of a tealish color, like a dark teal color. I am going to give the frog a crown. Don't worry about it. So again, I just took some of that green. I didn't take that entire green we just made. I took some of it and I'm mixing more blue so I can make a darker color. So this is the one I just used for the frog. This was my light green. And now I'm making more of a darker green for our shadows. I am going to give the crown its frog. Don't worry about it. All right. So for the shadows, I do just have one line going on a curve down its leg. Oh man, can y'all see that right there? Oof. That's terrible. All right. I think it's just the paint is too shiny. All right. Let's see if I can show y'all. Oh, there we go. Perfect. All right. So I did one line going a curve, like a little angle. I'm gonna do the same thing over here, just on the other side, but I'm gonna go over just a little bit of that knee area right there. Hey, what's up, K2? Thanks for being here. Alrighty, and now we have another shadow area by the neck area, I guess, by the top or the bottom of the head, top of the back, something like that. And we're gonna curve this one downwards. If you do this while your paint is still wet, it might blend just a little bit, but that's fine. Can y'all see that right there? I hope y'all could see that. No one's taking nobody's crown, all right? No one's doing such a thing. Okay. So, for our what is it called? There we go. For our shadow here. Can y'all see that right there? Oh my god. Feel like y'all could barely see it. That's where we're doing our crown, okay? Wait, no. Everybody keep your pants on. We're not doing that here. Y'all crazy. Okay. So, the color that we made for the frog, we're going to take that same color and just like how we did our frog shape, hold up. Just like how we did our frog shape, now what we're going to do is we're going to tilt it off to the side. So if this is my frog right here, what I want to do is I want to do strokes of that color to go along with the shape of the frog. So these are the eyes over here. Oops. Okay, that just looks like a big blob, but I'm going to do the shape of the frog. And then I'll do the crown on the top. But that's what we want to do. We want to do little strokes of that color off to the side. All right, y'all better stop it. Y'all better stop it. Okay, so again, I'm going off to the side. I do want to do this very carefully because, again, I don't really want to redo the colors that I've done on the bottom and the background and all that kind of stuff. So actually, I'm probably gonna start with the eyes up here too, just to make sure that I got the shape in there correctly. And they could go over the water droplets. That's fine. I don't know if y'all could see that. Oh my god, my paint almost just fell. Can y'all see that right there? I'm sorry, K2. I did say that a cross section of a burrito would be cool, but I think a sandwich would be better. Just because, like, if you layer a sandwich properly, you'll be able to see all the ingredients, right? So I think it would just be more fun. I really like Wadislaw Spielmann's version of this song, but I believe this is somebody else. Okay, I'm just taking a little bit of yellow, and I want to make it a light yellow too. So I'm just gonna mix yellow with white to make it opaque. Yes, this is me. I mean, my voice isn't different. What's up, everybody? Yeah, it's me. Okay, so I'm taking some of that yellow. Paint your hands. Somebody suggested something really funny to me, and I think if I get to that point where, some people come here for the laughs or whatever, I don't think I'm a very funny person, but I don't know. It's something that I'll probably try. All right, so for the crown, I'm doing the same thing. I'm just doing the lines. And for the edges of the crown, I'm going up or up and down. Little triangles. So if y'all could see that, the little crown, the little reflection. Obviously, you can go more detailed as far as the reflection goes. Oh, yeah. I know when I taught summer classes to kids, we used to do all kinds of paintings, and a lot of the times their parents would be a little ticked off that they went home, needing a bath and everything because of how much paint they had on themselves. But they had fun. I had fun. This was today's art. You know what? Finger painting probably would be cool for uh, different types of paintings. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes sense. But let's take the tape off. Let's see how this came out. I'm going to just be very careful to not rip the paper here. And I'm cheap, so I'm probably going to reuse this painting. Or, I mean, this tape. Hey, Mark Dose, how are ya? I don't know if I'm saying your name right, but thanks for being here. Ooh, look at those crisp edges. Give Ricky the reflection. Everybody gets a crown. How about that? Thanks again for being here, you guys. If you're just joining, if you've been here the whole time, again, thank you so much for stopping by, checking out today's painting. I might do another one today. It depends really on how much I get done as far as life stuff. But the wrench fest, yeah. Well, I'll tell you this: everybody that does have a wrench here knows why they have a wrench, and if nobody, if somebody can't make it, somebody else will be here. So that's why the trusted people got a wrench. But there we go, you guys. A little close up of our Le Frog here. Merci beaucoup. I actually really do like the crisp edges. They came out really nice. Well, in my book, everybody gets a crown. Again, I really appreciate you guys for being here. K2, I could always take away your wrench if that's what you want. But no, again, thank you. Thank you for being here, you guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy some more masking tape as well. I know that's pretty cheap at Home Depot, but if you do like what you see and you do want to contribute, yeah, Ricky has a screwdriver, so that's fine. Um, but I do want to say that I'll eventually post my links up as far as anything you guys want to donate to keep these streams going and everything. I hope y'all have fun. I had fun. And our next painting is going to be either later today or at some point this week. I just want to get my scheduling done. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying, Mark. This one is also very sticky, but I've also had it for a really long time. It used to be, yay big, and it's reduced now to this, but I definitely have to, be careful when I'm peeling it off because otherwise it'll rip. All right. So, like I said, thank you. I will be seeing you guys at some point. If you are doing any of the paintings, please show me. I would love to see. Y'all have a great day. And again, thank you so much for being here. We'll see you guys in the next one.